Touchdown. We have a countdown.
That goes really fast.
It's supposed to go one. Hey everyone, we are here live from Orlando. More people than usual. It's not just Sharon, Jared, myself. Everyone's got their gear on, scarves, flags right here. We're all really excited to be joined by everyone. If you're all able to, please share this feed. It would really help us be able to show everyone what we have going on too, and just our show in general today. But first things first, though, we really want to dedicate this live show to Crash Keka. As some of you might know, he passed away just recently, and some of us didn't get the chance to really get to know him that much. But I know for this podcast, he was really fundamental, especially when we were doing the live shows early on and doing Republic Jeopardy. As Sharon remembers, he was the one behind the idea, and we would always remember him on that too. So, does anyone else have anything else you'd like to add? And by the way, sorry, just to mention, whoever has the yellow card is actually going to be able to speak because we have a microphone that picks up literally anyone speaking. So we're going to be doing the yellow card talk rule.
So just towards Crash, I've known him for 4 years. I found out at the airport this morning. It's very hard for me to keep a straight face. Even now it is. He was my guy, so I really hope they win for him. So don't want to get too worked up on it, but I miss you, buddy.
I remember when Crash was, appearing on some of the first few episodes of Sacramento Republic. I mean, he's always been a friend, a brother for us. Not just for the podcast, but really for us in general as a TBB member and Republic fan. The last memory I had was the Open Cup semifinal. I actually, got to hang out with him before the match. We talked quite a bit, and then after we won, we all ended up going to the depot, and we celebrated. Had a few drinks and everything like that. He was generally great, a really great guy, and I found out about the same time early this morning when I had just barely got on my flight from Phoenix at 5 or so in the morning. So it's still hard to process that he's not with us. So, I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure if it's going to process anytime soon, but, I just know he's here with us in spirit, watching the game. And like Coach Briggs said, hopefully they're going to win the cup for him in his honor and do right by him. Hopefully we'll bring it home for him.
So I also want to extend condolences to the entire family of SAC Republic, all of us, and to his husband, Arthur, and his absolute best friends, Craig and Galen. I know you're not listening to this, but just know that we're holding you in our hearts, and save a spot at the big table for us when we see you again. That's what we have to say to Crash, and let's get this win, guys. Whoever's listening, if you're listening to the live show tonight, let's make sure that we bring home the cup, for all of Sacramento, and especially for our guy who's made it upstairs.
Well, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started with our show tonight. Lots to talk about, right? I mean, there's a lot of us never would be across the country watching a cup final, and here we are, just literally, less than 24 hours at this point, right? I think it's 8:20, 8:25. No,
Eight-
yeah.
Yeah,
So
8:25.
as long as there's no delays, right? Because I actually did go through some thunder earlier as I was driving back to Orlando, but we're hoping. We're hoping weather is basically how it is outside right now, but you never know. They haven't had such good luck when they actually are playing, especially at home, right? But with that being said, actually, I'm really curious to hear anyone's story of just traveling here. Once you get here, you guys excited? Who wants to take it first?
Yeah, getting here was a long flight. I'm sure many of you can attest to that. It was amazing, though. I mean, I usually don't wake up super early in the morning. I actually hate it. I don't know about you, but I'm also not a coffee drinker, so that isn't going to help me in the morning. Like most people, like
Yeah.
right here. So I was excited. I mean, I couldn't wait to be out here. You know, I remember when Roro shot that goal, that penalty kick, and I teared up. I'm sure a lot of you did. We just couldn't believe it. And to be able to be a part of an organization, a team that is always looked at as the underdog, and I think deserves more respect on the soccer in America side of things more than people realize. And I hope Don Garber and MLS is actually watching this and actually see what this team and what our community is all about in Sacramento. And at the end of the day, it was an amazing flight. I love it. We can get into more stories too, but I figured I'll share that a little bit later. Go for it.
I'm going to grab the card because I want to introduce everybody here. So
Oh.
I
Okay.
I am podcast mom, otherwise known as Sharon Anderson. Here to my right is Scott Bradford. To his, well, I don't know which way you're looking at it. That is Ryan. That's Luis. That's Jared. That's Tina. That's Karen. And out of picture is Michael. And in the back, we have Andrea. And then we also have my neighbor, Steve Barnett. Well, not really my neighbor, but he's close enough. We're all from Elko. And then we also have John sitting way in the back there. We had a wonderful meal all together. We've been having, a super day, getting used to the freaking humidity, and all of that. I don't know how many times you have to take a shower when you live in Orlando, Florida during the day, but air conditioning, I swear to God, this climate is why air conditioning was invented. It's just crazy nuts. So that is who is here today. We have yet to see any of your comments online, but if you are watching online, please drop us a note. Say something in the chat because we want to get your comments uploaded on our banner so we can hear what you have to say. We really appreciate you joining us. I mean, this is the exciting. This has never happened before. And if anybody at home is watching CBS News, yeah, you saw a bunch of us geeking out about how special this whole trip has been and how special our team has been. But at the end of the day, who wants the yellow card?
I'll do it.
All right, Scott.
So, like Ryan said, I've been excited since they beat Sporting Kansas City. I looked the next day for flights and everything, and I set myself up for failure. I knew I would be. I've been up since 10 a.m. yesterday. I came straight from work. I still have vodka and pineapple juice on my arms, but you know what? Like, how often does this come around? So I said, you know what? We're just going to pull an all-nighter, drug-free. Just one Red Bull is all it took, and we're here. So support that's here, that's giving me extra energy. The happy hour drinks at the bar that were free, that gave me that energy. But literally just energy around these people right here. I've yet to see an Orlando City fan, not one yet. I have seen at least 30 Sacramento Republic fans. I'm sure there's more to come. So for me personally, that gives me more extra motivation, more energy. Like, I'll go to bed probably at midnight. Who knows? I don't, maybe even later, but I'm just like, yeah. But I'm not ready for this yet. Like, might as well make this Vegas. I'll stay up all night again. So, but I'm super pumped for this, and I just can't wait to be there. I'm sure everyone else as well.
Right.
Well, it seems like I'm the only one here that was able to get success without any delays. I mean, I've been hearing folks flying Delta, United, and all that, and they've just been delayed. Late getting here, leaving at 5 a.m., barely getting here at like 7 or midnight or so. But I mean, mine was good. I mean, granted, yes, I, of course, as usual, did laundry and stuff like that hours before I was supposed to wake up. So I at least got 2 hours of sleep. So I did get that. And then Ubered to Sky Harbor Airport, had to wait for Southwest to open up their self-check-in kiosk because I had to check a bag in. But once that was done, got checked in, pre-boarded and everything like that. Got over to Austin, had a damn good breakfast burrito with brisket, and also had a dry cider because having to somewhat come to terms with the morning news. But thankfully I had some music to get me positive. Listening to some Kylie Minogue, and that just got my mood up and everything like that. And got here, lickety split, hardly an hour from the airport to the hotel. Met up with everybody here, so it's been a great flight experience so far.
Well, I got a question real quick to make sure I'm not going crazy. Did you say dry cider?
Dry cider.
What's dry cider?
It's just a type of apple cider that they brewed there in Austin.
Does it have flavor or?
It's actually pretty good. Well, no,
We have in Sacramento.
Like you actually get it? Does your throat get dry after drinking it? I don't know. I don't know how it works. I've never heard of
Dry
it.
cider.
It says it on the can, dry cider.
That's wet.
Sorry.
Anyone else?
Oh, yeah.
Anyone? Yellow card.
Sure. So we decided to take a nonstop from San Francisco, which had the added benefit of getting out of the steam furnace that is Sacramento about 12 hours earlier. So it was only 95 at San Francisco airports, which we consider a blessing. So, and we have run into an Orlando City fan. Nice guy, we're walking to dinner. We looked lost. He asked us what we're looking for. He showed us where a restaurant was and then said, "See you at the game tomorrow." And I said, let me guess, you're not cheering for the same team as us. And he said, "Nope." But props to him. He was a good guy. So, and we're ready. We're psyched. We're ready to take it home.
That's right.
Cool. Sharon?
So I don't know if you saw the State of the Republic storyline yesterday for flights coming in, but I had an Orlando fan sitting behind me on my flight in. Same flight I think that you guys did, but only a day sooner. And the storyline goes that we were behaving ourselves during the flight. There was a little bit of, bravado. We both love our teams. They think they can break us down, and not the fans. They can't break the fans down. We're impenetrable, right? We put up with so much crap since 2014, right? And MLS, no MLS, MLS, no MLS. Ron Burkle, we don't like him. But no, we like him. I mean, he gives us Save Mart grocery stores if you shop there. Oh my gosh, I just plugged Save Mart grocery stores. Also, let me give one more plug before I get totally off track. Embassy Suites Hotel is letting us do this podcast here in this little part of their downtown. You'll see people walking back and forth behind us. They're checking in and going back and forth. But we're really happy that the Embassy Suites has allowed us to use this space. However, going back to Orlando fan, I think what Luis said was the rivalry is beginning on the airplane because I said the gloves come off the minute we land. Well, I never saw him again, so I couldn't punch him in the nose, and I wouldn't do that anyhow. I wouldn't do that. But thoughts are free. They always tell you thoughts are free. Who's next?
God bless America.
Next team.
I mean,
Come on up.
my flight was pretty uneventful, so I don't have a lot to share. Other than if you watch American Ninja Warrior, Lance Pekas was on my flight from SAC to Salt Lake City, which was kind of cool being a fan of the show. That's all I got. I was up way too early, and then I couldn't find these two at first, so I got to wander around the Orlando airport for half an hour to an hour waiting for them. But honestly, I'm just happy to be here, and I'm actually happy it was an uneventful trip for the most part. First time in Delta in quite a few years to give them a plug, but everything was really great. Their snacks, they had videos, all sorts of really great new options to choose from. That's all I got.
Well, if it makes everyone feel better, I did go to Disney World for 2 days here.
Where's Alicia?
I know,
Where's
I
the girl?
know. But the reason why I bring it up is during those 2 days, when you go to Disneyland or Disney World, it's very busy. There's a lot of people. I saw only 3 fans wearing Orlando jerseys. That's it. And I thought there'd be more representing in Orlando, but I only saw 3. So, that's a good confidence for me, even though I was the only one. But hey, I was sporting it, rocking it.
Doesn't surprise me too, right? I mean, they don't fill their stadium up all the time from what we were told by Eddie on the podcast. So, I feel like you got to be there always, no matter what. But of course, I was on the same flight as Sharon as y'all saw. And my interesting moment and what really helped the 5 hours and a half feel like an hour, and maybe even less, was that I actually got to meet our Spanish broadcaster. No idea that was him, right? I mean, I know this guy from just hearing him on our broadcast, and so shout out. I know he's probably not watching right now because he's probably getting interviewed by like one of the local stations, but Armando Botello is the man, and also his wife. Great people. We're going to have them on the show sometime so they could talk to us about their experience, especially him. He'll be doing radio. He'll be in a radio station, which doesn't come to mind right now because I don't really know that much. I don't remember it. I'm not too familiar. I guess, it doesn't go all the way to Modesto. It's just like a Sacramento station, but I'm sure if you guys go on the Sac Republic social media, you'll be able to find it there. But it was great. You don't expect those things, and it just happened. So,
Are we going to get him on the podcast?
He's going to be on the podcast. Yeah. So you can tell us how the radio experience was, and maybe we might even do something with Rob. Have both of the narrators on at the same time. So, we'll see.
Only because, if you don't mind, only because you mentioned it, this year alone, according to the data, and this is coming from Transfer Market, the average fan base that goes to an Orlando City game is only 11,000 people. It's actually down right now.
Wow.
Than the last couple years. So,
less than 50% too. Exploria actually has a capacity for 25,500. So, less than 50%. Yeah, average.
Decrease.
Wow, it's gone down.
And we put that many fans in the game.
Let's read some of these comments.
You guys are awesome, and
he's the doctor. He's a podiatrist. That is the team podiatrist.
Oh,
yeah.
Thank you for tuning in too. So sorry, guys. I need to put my glass on.
I know well I can't hear without my glasses.
Not because he's a doctor, but because I can't really read it as well. Shout out to the doctor. Thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And if you're able to, please share it. I know we were sharing it right now, but the more the merrier. Let's get more and more people leaving us comments too. Oh, we got Rosa Maria. Thank you for your comment. I think Rosa's here, right?
Rosa's
here.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, Rosa. I don't
She's
know how
staying
far
with Anslin, and yeah.
Oh, okay.
So.
Cool.
Yeah.
We got Thomas Gentle. Is it Gentle? I'm just down the street from you guys. Very excited for tomorrow. Go Republic. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Glad to hear that, Thomas. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, join us.
Yeah. If you'd like to join us too, across the street.
Just come to the Embassy Suite.
Embassy Suites right at the lobby. You can't miss us. The doctor just landed. Oh.
Yeah. Armin said hi to everyone. Wanted me to make sure I let you guys know that he says hi. He's excited.
Oh, yeah, he's the one who left the comment too.
That's him.
Yeah, he's here, right here.
See, I'm here so hot.
Yeah.
We have the stories to tell, and so. But luckily, what I have to say is that we're not dealing with the weather that everyone over there in Sacramento is dealing with right now. So, we feel for you over there with 115 degrees or so. So. Oh, William in Sacramento, still relaxing at the gym in Sacramento. Looking forward to the live watch party broadcast tomorrow. Yeah, we are as well, Will. Just send us a message whenever you're on, and we'll add you on the Instagram so we can see how things are now that it's at the convention center. Which shout out to the team, by the way, for moving it to the convention center. That's really good on their part. And if y'all haven't been to the center, it's actually really nice. They did a really good job with it, and I'm sure they could probably fit more people. Too,
Tell
right?
us about the live broadcast and how to find it.
Yeah, so we're going to be it's only going to be on Instagram tomorrow. It's going to be probably whenever they let us in. This actually before the stadium. Probably have a battery pack on my phone can live. I can actually last, but we're going to have different intervals. I might not do it one continuous, but make sure you're following Instagram at State Republic 12 if you're not yet, and then just activate your notifications so you get alerted when we go live. Let's see, what's poppin' Maine?
Anybody? Oh, what's poppin' Maine?
Anybody know how many Sacramento supporters made the trip to Orlando? We've gotten asked that so many times. I always like to maybe overestimate. I hope maybe I'm underestimating. I say 500, but
I think we heard they thought at least
300. Okay,
Yeah.
definitely in the hundreds. It's for sure there, and yeah, it's and not just people from Sacramento. I've heard people flying from other parts, but they're Sac Republic supporters. Not even counting the USL supporters, the NPSL, etc.
Well, I'm from Phoenix, but I don't support the Rising FC unless we need them to beat our opponents. So let's get that clear. They didn't get the job done against Colorado, so I'm still mad about that.
Frank says match predictions. We could go ahead and jump to that. I guess if we want to pass the card around and
Hang on.
Have you ever-
Let's do
okay.
a couple more.
All right, let's do a couple more.
The doctor says
I have some on my flight right now.
fans.
Nice.
Oh,
Right.
nice.
We love it.
Thank
keep
you
us
everyone
posted. Okay, so hey, this is somebody from Tower Bridge Battalion. He
Oh,
knows.
EP Dub. What's up, brother?
Oh, he said 550 is the estimate from ticket sales.
Yes.
Wow. Hey.
And this is not church, but it is our church.
It's just like Faith was saying, this is our church. This is where I heal my hurts.
Well, yeah.
Preach on. Preach
Wow.
on.
Oh gosh, this is the hard part, Luis. This is match predictions. I'm going first.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Don't hate me.
If you remember the podcast prediction, yeah. Do you guys remember?
I kind of remember my score prediction.
I remember mine. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I think we're negative Nellies, right?
Yeah. me
Yeah.
and
You
I
guys,
think
I want to be so wrong. Okay, so on our podcast prior, everybody knows that we have this pod dinner winner contest. It's so stupid. No, it's not stupid. We thought it up. It's so that
That's
makes
because
it.
she's losing. That's why.
Because
I think it's great. It's the best thing we could
Got
have
some
thought of.
forwards going.
So yeah, and I've explained earlier that the loser, which I hope is Jared, has to enter a hot chip contest, possibly with Connor Sutton. And I don't do hot well, and I don't want to train for that. You know, I'm old, and I think Jared being younger, because we don't think Luis is gonna lose it. But anyhow, maybe we should have more proxy pickers. Anyhow, so unfortunately, my prediction for the match score was 2-1. We lose in regulation, but I want to be wrong, and I know so does Luis. And
Yeah.
we'll get to everybody else. We'll do the podcast host first, and then everybody else gets to say what their prediction is.
Well, like Sharon said, I want to be wrong. I said a 2-2. Take it to PKs. 5-4. Unfortunately, one of our players missed it too, and I don't want to say Roro being the last one. I don't think it's the last shooter that misses it. I think it's someone else. But again, hopefully we're wrong. We're just saying this just for the contest, and because every time some of us have predicted that we lose, they actually end up winning. So me saying we win, I just felt I just can't do that as much as I feel that way because I don't want to jinx it, and it's been working out that way. So there you go. He's more positive though.
Yeah, I at least see us winning, or at least having a better chance of it. If I remember correctly, I said 2-2 goes into extra time and PKs. It ends up being almost a repeat of the semifinal. But as far as betting on it, yeah, that's not been my forte lately. I mean, first with the the Las Vegas bets, and then also more recently this past Saturday with Louisville. Thankfully, much smaller bets, but still ending up losing. So I'm just doing score predictions, not betting or anything like that. So
Let's pass that card to Michael and then sniggle in.
Okay, so yeah, if I were betting on it, I would probably say it would be 1-0 we lose. I think, I don't think we concede more than one goal though. I think that's been our strongest suit this entire tournament has been not conceding.
Because whose dad is here?
Because what?
Whose dad is here? Connor Donovan.
He's the best one. Yeah.
Connor Donovan's dad is at our hotel. We met him.
Okay, Karen.
All right. So if I'm going to do a prediction, I'm going to say we're going to have 20 minutes of stoppage due to lightning.
Oh,
you're
Smart.
So we're just going to give us some time to really replan and think and get a feel of what they're doing. So I'm going to say it's just going to be an incredibly tight match. And I'm actually going to say Republic's going to pull it out. I don't have a score, but I just have a feel they're going to be able to pull it out. All right, that's my prediction.
Glad to hear everyone was positive. That's good. All right, here you go.
I thought long and hard about this. I really did. It took me a lot of mental power to figure this one out. Watching game film on Orlando, seeing how they play, knowing how our defense is, I really think we're going to not score. They're not going to be able to score more than one goal. I believe this is going to be a 1-1, go to penalty kicks. I think we're going to win 5-4, and we're going to get it. I think our team has everything to gain, but we have nothing to lose at the end of the day. Whereas a lot of pressure's on Orlando to pull this through because we've already beat 3 MLS teams thinking we weren't going to beat them. So with our track record right now, it's kind of hard. And the fact that when we're in single elimination games, I just feel like we're going to pull this one out. And I'm proud and excited to say that as a Sac Republic fan.
My prediction was going to be exactly the same. 1-1 into PKs, and we take 5-4 in PKs.
Whoa.
From the heart, it's going to be 2-1 victory. From the head, unfortunately, my head says we're going to go out front first, be out 1-0. Somehow they're going to squeak in 2. And then we're going to put everything forward that we have to, and then it's going to end up being 4-2 Orlando. That would be the head. That's not the heart. And again, the heart says 2-1 victory.
I wish we could have a head and heart podcast winner dinner guesses.
Oh.
I don't have a prediction. I think I agree with what most people here have said. I don't think we're going to lose by much more than a goal if we lose. I just think it's going to be a tight race in general. I think it's going to be within one score. But I just don't have it in me to pull out the actual prediction either way.
Yeah, I'm going to go. It's going to be tight as well. I actually think they'll pull it out 1-0 stoppage time. My thought was, though, who's going to get the goal, though? We have 2 guys that are really hot in this tournament, and it's either, obviously, Roro or Luis Felipe. And, he seems to come through whenever you least expect it. Everyone's, of course, thinking, okay, Roro. They're going to focus on him. We got someone else in the midfielder. He can shoot from distance. He can head the ball. So I say 1-0 Luis Felipe. An extra time puts us through. We win it all.
Yeah, those are all good predictions. I think one of us is going to get it right. They're all over the place, so it's definitely, someone.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
So the Debbie Downers, we've got Luis, myself, John, when we think with our heads. I think Jared,
I had us winning.
You had us winning. Okay, so the winners, the Republic winner people, raise your hands. the Republic losing people, raise your hands. Shame on us.
But John makes a good point too. I mean, with Orlando, if you guys have seen some of their past games, right? They pulled last minute goals, right? I believe the last three games, last minute. It's unbelievable. And even in the last Cup game against New York, if you guys remember, they were losing 1-0, right? Who would have thought that? I don't know where they were going to pull 5 goals. So I think we need to make sure that we actually learn from the mistakes that New York made, because they probably felt like we're in the final already. It's going to be at our home stadium. They felt like they were there right at halftime. I mean, certainly, I don't know about you guys when you guys were watching and we were at the State Fair. We thought it's going to be New York, right? They're up. No one's going to take this away from them. And then they pull 5 on them just like that. So if we do go up, got to make sure you don't get too confident and you keep playing your game. You can't park the bus. I think it's dangerous to do so.
I think Frank's got the idea.
Frank says, 2-0 Rodriguez and Foster.
Woo, I love it.
Love it. Love
That'd
it.
be good. Hey, give Luis Felipe another goal.
I think
Rosa.
Kerr hits the inside of the post. and it won't go directly in. It will go off the back of the keeper and then in.
Oh,
It's possible.
those are good. Those are good when it's.
However, it's in.
We've got a lot of positive people out there, you
We got
guys.
Rose saying 2-1 Sacramento.
Both Rosa and Rose.
Oh, Rose and Rose.
Rose Hickok, who used to be the caterer for the team
Oh.
for the first many years. She's incredible. So she predicted a 2-1 win, and same with Rosa, who we absolutely love and adore. She's the woman with the loud thing that looks like a cheese grater and a cowbell. Yeah.
And we got my dude right here, EP saying, let's see, he says, we have begun our
people.
descent. 60 of us will be landing shortly.
What
Where's
the
the party at
heck?
tonight?
Oh my
Ernest,
God. No,
we're
you
trying
guys
to-
have to call the party. Where are you staying? Where are you staying, you guys? Where are you staying?
Yeah, you guys call a party. Yeah, I mean,
Suffice it to say,
No, that's Republic.
Republic. 60.
suffice it to say, this group rolls deep. It may take us a few days, but we roll deep.
Yeah.
Reach on.
And just like Scott said earlier too, I mean, he doesn't know if he's even going to sleep tonight. I don't know if anyone here knows if we're really going to get much sleep, because we're just going to be thinking about the game. If we even get any sleep, it'll probably be a little short dream, right? All that. I mean,
Short dream. I like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, dreams are usually really quick, even though they feel like they're long.
Yeah.
From what they say, right? I mean, we have no idea.
You have a degree in psychology, don't you?
It's an associate's though. I don't think.
Not to discount any of those.
Not to,
Don't
but,
downgrade
you know,
it.
I only know the basics too. I mean, I can't help you with anything. I'm not licensed, but
Tim, did you mean Roro? Who's Rodriguez?
Luis Felipe Rodriguez.
Oh,
it's-
Luis
yeah,
Felipe
he just-
Rodriguez.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you did the full name. Okay. Got it.
Oh, we got some breaking news from Taylor Twellman. As you guys know, former MLS guy. He says, you want
Yeah.
to
Read it.
Okay. So I received a tweet from Taylor 12, and not directly from him, but someone had shared a tweet stating, quote, breaking news, U.S. Soccer is aware that an Orlando City SC first-team employee was spying on Sacramento Republic FC training yesterday and refused to leave for 30 to 45 minutes after multiple attempts. Open Cup final is tomorrow night.
Oh,
Wow. Sneaky,
That's
sneaky.
the Orlando
Spiking.
BS we heard rumor of. We heard rumor of some Orlando BS happening yesterday. I'm not going to say who we heard it from, but we heard rumor that there was some Orlando BS. Now we know what that was. If Taylor Twellman. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't take the yellow card.
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean this.
Spygate.
I'm starting to think
Bill
that
Belichick.
we may have some Patriots fans
Yes,
on
Bill
the club.
Belichick's here. Yeah.
Uh,
They're in
What do you
town.
do now?
What do you do?
now with that?
Check the soccer ball and make sure it's not deflated.
Yes,
too much.
yes,
Exactly.
It's very important in this case.
yes.
Sorry, I had to.
Yeah, you did.
I just had to. It's safe.
So remember in one of our prior podcasts, we were talking about what a good dad Luis Urbano would be. Well, guess what? Luis Urbano dressed all of his kids in the same T-shirt. If you've got a State of the Republic soccer shirt on, please bury your chest, Jared.
Jared.
Yeah,
Like, you gotta get more intel.
yeah. So anybody, if you need somebody who's going to be a really awesome parent in your life someday,
that man who dresses his clan in the same gear. Did you hear that? Did you matching at Disney for days?
Yeah, one for each day.
Yep.
Day 1, day 2, day 3. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, thanks for sharing that breaking news. I'm glad that they shared that with you, and I don't even know what to say about that, right? Because now you're like, how do they get sanctioned? Right? We're in the final. If it was semifinal, maybe you'd be like, sanction them, but letting us go into the final. But part of me wants to say, just give us the cup already. But I know that's not gonna happen. So, any ideas?
Yeah, I'll say something about it because I thought really hard about this. And you know what? What I know is Mark, I believe in Mark Briggs. I believe in the coaching staff. I think every time when we saw him go against the Galaxy, we went Sporting KC, there was elements of mix of the formation. It wasn't crystal clear for some of these great head coaches we actually played against. Peter Vermees is a well-known coach, won multiple Open Cups, and we beat his system. So they can spy on us all they want, but I think I'm confident in Mark Briggs. And, yeah, good luck, Orlando. Obviously, it shows you really need a spy.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, right? If they happen to actually win now, it's not going to be the same way, right? Yeah. Because you could win cheating. We've seen plenty of teams do that, right? I mean, I want to call out the Houston Astros against the Dodgers. We all know what happened there and whatnot. And, you know, it's just a stain that is there, right? And now they have this too on top of the pressure of having to win it. But now if they win it, you have that. So go figure that they need a spy, right? As much as some people wanted to put us down, right? And I'm not saying like people in the front office for Orlando, but some fans, right? You see what they say on social media. They think we're just some knockoffs. They even commented on Sac Republic social media, things like that. But if we're so easy to knock out, why do you need to have a spy actually look at us, right?
True. And also, why do you need a fan trying to bribe a referee outright?
True.
There's a screenshot from a recent game, I think, against Seattle. Yeah. Some fan, I don't know if it was for play or for what, it just looked like they were trying to hand the log to the ref. So, I mean, is that the sneaky peeky of the playbook for tomorrow?
Well, there won't be any VAR. That's one thing. I'm surprised there isn't, right? I mean, it's a final, but we play without VAR, so we're used to that. Orlando maybe not so much because they've needed VAR to help them out. The play that Jared's talking about, I actually watched that game. They actually were gifted a goal because of the VAR call. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was a goal or either a PK. I think it was a goal that they were gifted. So, yeah. But by the way, I have to say a shout out here. Shout out to Sharon, who's actually managing the comments and putting the banners up because, of course, I'm too far to be able to put them on the screen. They're really good. Do we want to go through any comments? I know that
we had some
right there.
We're missed. Yeah.
Hang on.
Oh no, that's Sharon's banner.
Oh.
Tim said we should do cell phone flashlights on at kickoff to mimic video recording.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Let's do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll be nighttime.
Yes, it'll be nighttime.
8 o'clock.
Everybody, oh man, Tim, brilliant idea. Dude, did you start that at the Kansas City match? Was that you who started that thing with the cell phone flashlight? Because that was like spontaneous. Nobody planned that. Did anybody?
I do it at concerts every summer.
Yeah, but still, we've never done that.
Yeah.
And then now we do it. So I think we keep that up. Tim, excellent.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Of course, they're going to mimic us too. I mean, if the section starts. Yeah.
He said, no, he didn't start it.
No, well.
I thought you only do it at Dan and Shay concerts.
I thought about it long and hard.
I thought about it very long and hard. I was there, and I saw it. The lights.
There we go. That comment's going to keep coming back, dude.
Oh, that's going to be around forever now. I'm going to be in the stadium walking by and said, did you really think about it hard? And I'm like, yeah, I did. A lot of brain power.
Somebody over there is laughing at you.
She's like, probably embarrassed of me.
Do we know the rep assignment?
Do we know the rough assignment?
Ooh, what is that?
That's a good question.
Melvin Rivas.
Oh,
Whoa, no, no,
Okay.
no, no.
can we have somebody tell the story? What?
Jinx
Stuff like that.
So
Do we want to tell the story about Melvin Rivas?
Oh, jeez.
he tells it best.
Well, there was a match early this season. I can't remember against who, but this particular referee, Melvin Rivas, was, I don't know if he was parlaying up at cookies before the match, perhaps, but there was hardly any calls he was getting right. It seemed like he wanted to play Hallmark with us. I mean, even when Romero got hurt, it's like, oh, Rodrigo Lopez looks hurt. Maybe a yellow card will make him feel better. And so, given the fact that there were so many more referees that seemed to emulate Mr. Rivas, it seems that Melvin must have come out with his own, how can I put it this way, his own house of education. Now, I don't know. Should I say the actual name of it?
Well, we don't have a bleeper.
Oh, keep
Okay.
it PG.
Well,
Keep it PG.
I'll bring back the meme in the Facebook group. So if you go into Sacramento soccer fans, or if you follow my personal social media at Port Power AZ, I'll go ahead and post a meme explaining the name, because yeah, it is definitely a hashtag SOTR after dark.
All right. Does anybody here follow Jared Port Power AZ? Anybody here follow Jared? Raise your hand if you follow Jared. Point to Jared for the best memes. If you think he has some of the best memes ever, point to Jared. Yes, he has. Some of them are a little colorful.
That's why we have the hashtag SOTR after dark. A lot of them are family friendly, ish.
It's like you crossing that borderline right there. You're like,
Cross the border. Anyhow. So we have another comment from Rose Hickok. We love Rose. She says, "Go Big Red." We agree. Go Sac.
yes.
Yes. We have another comment here from Stephanie. Thank you so much for listening. His memes are legendary, and I'm certain you're talking about Jared. Yeah, we're not worthy.
Oh God.
Another question for everybody here. Raise your hand if you met somebody here in this group simply through Sac Republic. Everybody here met somebody here, if not everybody, through Sac Republic. I knew Steve from social media, but I met him and his wife, Andrea, through Sac Republic. If it wasn't for Sac Republic, story, he saw my license plate. I had no idea. You know, I see this note, and I thought I had gotten a ticket at Tilted Match, right? Because there's a note on my car.
We were at a brew pub. Where's the yellow card?
Take it. Steve's going to tell the story.
We were at a brew pub for an event, and I'm walking back to my car after a few beer, and I see all these Sac Republic stickers on the back of the car, including Tower Bridge Battalion, all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I got to know who this is. We got to connect up. So I left her a note and said, "Go Sac Republic. Let's connect up." And I think before I even got home, I had a message from Sharon. So yeah, it's good.
It was awesome. But I had, to be fair, I had a chill go through my bones for 1 second, because when you have something on your windshield, it either means you got a ticket or somebody hit your car. So before I pulled the note off the car, I walked the whole car to see where someone hit my car, because I wasn't going to drive away without seeing the damage. Well, he didn't hit my car. He just left me a wonderful note. So my relief was like amazing when it was when I read the note saying, you know, hey, you know, I noticed you're a fan of Sac Republic, and it's kind of like, yeah, that's a little, put it mildly. I think I'm more than a fan, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Who wants the yellow? We want Orlando to get the. Do I want Orlando to get the first yellow?
Yes.
Hog dinner wins.
I do.
No.
All yellows.
Did you predict?
Did I predict us?
Two of us at Sac Republic, one said Orlando.
I said Orlando.
Oh
You said
crap! That means
Me and you.
yeah, I know.
Wow.
We kind of want Orlando to get the first yellow because we want Jared to get a point.
Yeah.
We want the Exploria to turn into a Coldplay concert. Let Orlando City get all the yellow.
Whoa, that was pretty good.
There's a meme. That's how the
That
mind
was
works.
pretty good.
Yeah, instantly. That's why legendary memes are.
All right. Are we
But yeah,
getting
I'm
close?
glad that you mentioned that, right? Just to show how much the team means to all of us, right? And how we kind of form this community. And I would also add, right? I mean, it's not just the team itself, but it's also how they treat us, the fans, right? Because if you had a team that never listened to the fans and yet they were good, they made it to the final, I think maybe some of us wouldn't be here, or maybe even a lot of us probably wouldn't be here, because we know how well the team treats us, right? They listen to us, and I'm sure we all have dozens of stories here that we've had good experiences with the team and amazing players, right? Talk to us after games. Another amazing coach, right? We were talking about it offline. I mean, I don't know about everyone here, but I think Mark is like the best coach we've had. Not only because we're in the final, but the guy's approachable. If you want to speak to him, he's open to hearing you and sometimes even surprising you with a message, just like I always like to talk about here, because I'm never going to forget this moment. Last year, I get home after, we tie against San Diego Loyal last game, right? No playoffs. He sends me a personal message once I get home saying, I'm really sorry for us not, making it, but I promise you, if they give me another chance to come back, then we're going to come back strong, and, I'll make sure that I'll be able to form the team. And I mean, to get a message from your coach, especially someone like me who drives to the games an hour to an hour and 15 to get back home, I was surprised just to hear my message notification pop up and see his name. So
To speak on that, just because you brought it up, mentioned Mark Briggs, I've had opportunities to speak to him a couple times beginning of the season and throughout the season, and he's a player's coach. There's a lot of different coaches out there that have different styles, but he genuinely cares about the players. This year, he got a handpick with Todd what he needed to win. And, a lot of people hold it for last year, but he had to work with what he had, and his system needs the right players to play in his system. Now we have that. And this is the first year. And to be able to say where we are today and have a once-in-a-generation opportunity with him being a player's coach, and that goes a long way with me. I just have that much respect for him. And it's awesome to have a coach like that who, like you said, takes feedback and wants to make sure the fans feel like they're part of the club. I mean, that's very rare to have.
Yeah, and Ryan, I think he's going to put you on tomorrow. So be ready and dressed. I think you're part of the 18.
Coach Briggs, if you need me, I'm good for 2 minutes. 2 good minutes.
I said it with such a straight face, you almost believe me.
I really believe you. There's that little joke going on that I actually said that, and people are like, I can't believe you said that. I'm like, hey, if it came to it, I'll be a super sub. Done.
USL approved.
Yeah. I got to cut back on the cheeseburgers then.
you got less than 24 hours though.
Oh, I better get in that spa and sauna and start losing some weight.
Yeah, there is Lake Eola right here. And they told us it's about a mile around, right? That's a good workout. You could just do.
And with the humidity, that helps, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll lose that much more weight.
You just need one of those sauna boxes that they have in the cartoons. You get in there, and then like that 5 seconds later, you're gonna shrink to this size. You're gonna be shorter than Solomon Asante.
Hey, preach on. All right, I'll stop.
Okay.
Well, then he's gonna use the sand.
Well, no, he's gonna be playing volleyball all day.
So the Lake Eola walk. Okay, so anybody out there familiar with Lake Eola? All right, so hearing nothing, there are 3 of us who took a walk around Lake Eola today. Karen, Tina, and myself. We walked Lake Eola. It was flipping hot, but it was flipping brilliant to get a nice walk in and then die later. Seriously die. Now, Karen took it one step further. Karen walked from the Embassy Suites to the stadium and around the stadium. Do you want to tell your story about how people were wondering what the heck you were doing because you were a creeper?
Sure. I just wanted to see, because we had heard that it is a scary or dangerous area to be walking in. And I wanted to do it during daylight and really get a sense of what is this that we're going to go do tomorrow? Is it really going to be a scary area? And I went and did it by myself and walked down there, and it's going to be fine. It's actually going to be a very nice walk. But when I got down there, there were security around setting up the perimeter, the metal things that keep people in their lines and doing all that. But I wanted to make sure I went in inside. So I went to every window and peeked in so that I could really get a sense of what was happening. And they would say, excuse me, do you need anything? And I'm like, oh, no. I'm just here to take a peek. I hope you don't mind. And I didn't see any fans. I didn't see anybody that was an Orlando fan of any kind. So it was a little unusual to just walk down there and see this empty place. It was full of women on the field. I was really hoping to get an idea. I was like, oh, let me see who's practicing. It was women. So women's team that was down there.
I wonder if we're playing the.
Yeah, I think that was the Orlando Pride, their NWSL team. And if it wasn't for them and for the fact that they're asking her all those questions, I've started to think it's a guilty conscience on the Orlando City SC side. They're guilty of something. Well, what exactly? What have y'all been doing that you got to be asking questions?
So wait, I was not going to try to spy. I just want to clarify that. I wasn't going to try to spy.
No.
I wanted to see where our seats were.
Absolutely. It's Orlando City that's got the guilty conscience trying to ask, you spying? You spying? No.
Looks like we're changing the banners there. I don't think we're going to repeat the story.
My phone is overheating.
So Tim said, just walk by it. It's pretty. Yeah, it's really awesome. Like Eola, at any time that you go, I mean, I got the chance to check it out yesterday. And if you want to take some nice pictures, go out for a nice walk. I mean, that's a really good spot. And if you want, we have to put this plug-in out there. Publix, there's a Publix right across the street. We have the subs, and you can vouch for them. I know Jared mentioned them. They are amazing.
They will do on Firehouse subs in comparison. I know it's not a pleasant thought, but if you actually have a Publix sub for one time in your life, you will agree. I first had them back in December when I went to Jacksonville. Had it for the first time. It was immediate convert. I could not look at any other sub the other way until I got back to Florida or some other state that has Publix. So, in a sense, thank you, Orlando, for hosting. You let me get another opportunity of bringing home Publix subs to Arizona. But we got to handle you. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, we have to. I mean, you're holding on to our cup. That's going to be coming out west. So it is how it is.
And they do have a sub that's called the Orlando City sub. So what I'm saying is, if we actually win tomorrow, wouldn't be a bad idea to go on Thursday and go eat the sub as well, right? And,
Go eat some Orlando.
yeah, and I have a meme for you if that happens. I have a meme for you if that happens. I thought of one yesterday as I was waiting for my sub. So. Yeah, there's one there. So let's talk about starting 11 right tomorrow. Who do we want to see?
Brian thought long and hard about it.
So since I thought long and hard about this, I feel very confident in saying this. Well, at least I pray and hope we see Malik Foster in there. You know, I want to see. Wait, hold on 1 second. So Malik Foster, I want to obviously Roro. I can see in the midfield Keko, Matt LaGrassa, Luis Felipe, obviously Dan Casey, Connor Donovan, Jacker for sure, and probably one more. I want to say Lee Desmond, and then Mr. Consistent himself. I've already told him this. Danny V.
Mr. Rose Gold.
I'm glad you mentioned it. I mean, we owe a lot of things to Danny V, and I think we
Yes.
wouldn't be where we're at if it wasn't for
Yes.
him, right? I mean,
Yes.
our defense is solid, but
Yes.
Danny V has been so impressive. I think early on when he first started, there's some hiccups, which I think is understandable, right, for goalkeepers, but the guy has proved why he was a Golden Glove winner.
Proved it.
Yeah, and
There's
I
a
think he's
couple
on his way to.
comments. We've got a couple
there.
comments to catch up on real quick.
All right, so Rose says the concierge at our hotel probably announced he is a fan of Tampa Bay. Are you saying Rowdies? Or are you saying Bucks? That's or the
Probably
baseball team.
Probably the spying part.
Oh.
Yeah.
So then, getting back to food, because this podcast always goes back to food. We always talk about food. Tim had to say, Graffiti Junction is mom.
Oh, Girls Something in Orlando. Interesting, huh?
So there's that.
Check. I'm gonna put that on my list.
Okay.
Good option.
So those are so far.
And if you guys want to hear more options, if you haven't heard our podcast yet with Eddie, the guy from Orlando Lions Den podcast, check it out before the game, or even tonight if you can't sleep and you want to listen to places to eat, or even if you're going to stay maybe till later on the week. He gave us a lot of good spots, especially in downtown area, and even some after game spots that are open late. So go ahead and listen to that. And if you're driving as well, some good parking spots.
The pregame stuff.
Yeah, TVB's having pregame at Harry Buffalo at 3 p.m. Harry Buffalo is actually just a couple of blocks away, I believe. I mapped it out. I think it's like a 7-minute walk, right? If I'm not mistaken.
From the
to
stadium?
the stadium.
Oh,
Or was
it's so close.
Yeah, it's really close by, really good spot. So if you guys are looking for a place to meet up, they will be there too. And also, Jared is going to, or I'm going with Jared too. I don't even remember the name of it too, but it's a Rochester thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there. I was perusing through the Fanbase USL Discord a few days ago, and someone had made the recommendation of Dexter's Birdland. Now, I read through the website, and Dexter's Birdland is basically based off of a Rochester, New York restaurant called Sal's Birdland. Now, for those of you Sacramento sports fans that may or may not be familiar, Sacramento and Rochester actually have a somewhat close relationship. First of all, the Sacramento Kings, before they were Sacramento, before they were Cincinnati, Kansas City, they were the Rochester Seagrams, based out of Rochester, New York. It wasn't until the 50s that they up and left Rochester. So there's a connection right there. But also, given the fact that the last team to actually win the U.S. Open Cup that was not from MLS was back in 1999, the Rochester Rhinos. So there's a connection right there. I mean, that's something that myself and Luis, want to try to conjure up good spirits in our favor to hopefully get us that win, by honoring, the Rochester history. I mean, also I've seen a couple of their plates there. They have what's called a garbage plate. Basically, it is fries or home fries as a bottom layer. You also have like a kind of spicy meat sauce, other toppings as well, and that's why it's called a garbage plate. They have one with either hamburger meat or hot dog. So that's just some of the dishes they have. They also have wings, which is what they're more famous for. But this way, we want to try to drop the good Rochester song.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that with the Rochester Rhinos. I mean, they're the dream, right? We want to replicate what they did too. And I mean, I gotta say, even though we haven't won the cup yet, we've already outbeat them. Because if you guys heard the last podcast that Connor recorded with the breakaway, there was much less teams back then, right? And MLS was still in its infancy, so I think it was more even, right? You didn't have as much talent there, so there was that. Now it's a shame that Rochester Rhinos came back and then they kind of disappeared again, and now they want to claim their back, but they're in MLS next sport, and it's not even called Rhinos. It's like Rochester something else. So
Excellent. And then we also have the Sac Republic meetup. They kind of put out something that's a little different than TBB. It's on a different part of Church Street. It's called Dead Words.
Deadwoods Brewing.
Dead Words.
No, Deadwoods.
Words.
Oh, it's Dead Words.
Dead Words. Dead Words. Yes. Dead Words Brewing. Not Deadwoods.
Deadwoods. Yeah, Deadwood is in Wyoming, but Deadwoods is in Orlando. Yeah,
And it is west of the stadium. So basically, we have the western and eastern fronts covered.
right. So there's that. So that's at 5 p.m. at Deadwoods. But Tower Bridge Battalion, if you want to join the march, they're starting the march at 5 what?
5:45.
5:45. It looks like to be at the stadium by 6. And there's some restrictions for anybody going to the match. There's a few restrictions, but we're going to ignore them all. I mean, I didn't say that. No, wait, what? No, I don't work for the club, so I can say whatever I want, right? They're claiming that we cannot wear our colors except in our little area, but we're going to ignore that because we paid for our tickets just like everybody else. And as long as we don't start a fight, we don't expect anybody to have a problem with us. So there's a few little odd things going on. We'll find out more later. You know, maybe the spies will tell us more. Who knows? So more predictions, but you know what? I agree with Ryan's predictions, so I'm not even going to worry about my predictions. I just want us to have a fair game. And we ran into Luther today while we were on a wander. And it was really awesome because he recognized us. He was with his sweetheart, and they were just having a nice walkabout. They had seen the stadium, and it was just the sweetest thing just to run into Luther having a walkabout town. Pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It was cool.
I'm glad that you mentioned that too, right? Because when we heard the rumors about Orlando saying that about us, we were like, there's no way that they could tell us what to do, right? In fact, you can't go to a stadium where they'll tell you as an away fan, you can't sit there, go sit with the rest of your fan base when not everyone bought tickets in that section, right? And let's remember that it sold out really quick, and other people might not be coming from Sacramento, they might be coming from somewhere else. So the fact that they want to do that is just, it's not right. And with the sold out stadium, where can they really move you if you're not in the section, right? So Sharon and myself, we're going to be wearing our gear. If they tell us anything, you know, we'll see how that works out to be. But, you know, we'll just have to wait and find out tomorrow what happens. But there's no way that anyone's going to take our jersey off. We're going to probably sport it. And, you know, we have to go back to the section. We'll go back. But you better believe that we're going to be talking about it for days to come.
So we got a couple comments in. Frank has been a wealth of information. Not only does he have his predictions, you can all read it as you see. He says, my minimal roster is Denny B, Foster, Roro, Felipe, Archimed, Zico, Jack Gurr, Sosa, Donovan, Casey, and Keko. But he also says, here's the link for Deadwoods. So I'm not looking at you, Jared. I'm looking at you.
I got pretty aggressive for a minute earlier.
I'm glad there was like mediators.
That's why I was like, whoa, hey, I didn't say go yet.
So if anybody watched the newscast on CBS, it showed pictures of all of us reuniting. We haven't seen each other in a while, and the hugging. Tina giving Jared the big old monster hug, and you know, it was really sweet what happened when Andrew with CBS Sacramento caught all of us. He interviewed Scott, he interviewed Jared, he interviewed myself, he interviewed. Oh, that was it. Yeah. So, and then there was something else that happened later, but we don't know what that was because he left after that. So, CBS is more than thrilled to have all these fans, and look at all of us. This was an impromptu gathering, word of mouth spread. We just met Karen yesterday. Steve switched the hotel. The Barnetts moved to this hotel. This was literally, this gathering of all of us was word of mouth and impromptu. I mean, we knew we were going to do a live show, but we just didn't know that we would get so much love and that all of us are such huge fans and supporters of Sac Republic and that we're here. I mean, we spent a nickel. Right? We spent a little nickel. Yeah.
But it's worth it for our team.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it.
She said it. Yeah. Anyhow. Anything else?
Wow. I mean,
Oh, yellow card.
I asked for the yellow card. I simply don't want this to end without saying that regardless of the outcome tonight, regardless of what happens, I am so proud of our team. I am so proud of what they have done. To be able to get to where we are, it was so unexpected. It's been a fabulous journey to get here. And just getting here, I feel like we have been so successful. I just want to
They should hold their heads high regardless.
And hopefully we'll have a welcome home party at the airport. We're hoping.
Regardless of what happens.
Yeah, we're hoping to sort it out. So stay tuned to all social media channels.
So yeah, to add upon that, with coming out of a pandemic, and people running into many different struggles and challenges, to be able to come back to Sacramento Republic games in full force, to be able to see something and that resembles the culture of what we all knew about pre-pandemic, and see it come back, and to have this experience of what we didn't expect. If anyone asked me beginning of the year after last year, we're going to go to the U.S. Open Cup final, what do you think? Everyone would be like, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
Right?
They're just not something you thought long and hard about.
I did think long and hard about that for sure. But I pray and hope that regardless of the outcome tomorrow, that, this gives people to believe in something, to know that you can use this as motivation, taking something that could essentially is the impossible, second tier team going to the finals, and to be able to make it what it is. This shows you that if you work hard enough and you believe in something, great things could happen. And all it takes is, as what's his name, the guy that takes over that English career team. Come on, help me, guys. Ted Lasso says, believe. Believe. That's what I was trying to. Oh my God, I had a brain fart.
I know. And as Mark Briggs says, why not us?
Why not us? Why not us? Why are we not just as good? Because we are just as good. We beat 3 MLS teams. Mic drop.
Before we get to the comment too, I'm glad that you mentioned that, right? Because none of us thought we would ever be in that position too. And I think not only does this show that, you can have hope and all that too, and that, teams in lower leagues can have, hope of being there, right? Because before, it was more like a dream to even say we're going to make it to the final, right? Cincinnati got pretty close, if you remember, right?
Yeah,
I mean, they lost in penalty kicks. They were almost there. But the moment you see a team make it to the final that isn't an MLS team, that's inspiration to all the teams, right? And we saw some good runs, right? We saw Union Omaha. They were close to making their run too, right? I mean, Hailstorm from League One, they were pretty close too. So I think this should motivate any team to say we can get there, and maybe someday in the future, it won't be an MLS team in the final. It'll be 2 lower division teams playing against each other, and so that's motivational.
It's motivational.
Okay, we're going to go back to the comments because this was a good one.
All right, so we got Christopher. Thank you for joining us here. If Sacramento wins tomorrow, they will become the first USL Championship team, lower division team, and lower division team from CONCACAF Nation to participate in CONCACAF Champions League next year. Yeah. That is true. And I got to say that it's really great that the U.S. Soccer Federation gets a ticket for the Open Cup as well, right? Because they could have very well been like, okay, that we're not going to include that. Because other leagues don't really include that, right? So the fact that they give us this opportunity to actually be able to potentially see a lower division team in this tournament is fantastic, right? Considering all the money that MLS brings in and how much the tournament benefits much more, maybe, right? If it's an MLS team, right? Because they can sell more tickets and all that. It's great that we get this opportunity. And just like Ryan said, right? Anytime we would look at the Open Cup, and Sharon and Jared here know it, right? When we would talk about it, we would dream, right? Like, oh, imagine us getting to the final and having a shot at winning it. And people just kind of laughed at us too. I mean, I know I told plenty of people that ever since, we've been able to participate in the Open Cup, and people just look at you and just laugh and say, yeah, good luck beating an MLS team, right? We know how much we struggled in other years, right? LAFC Earthquakes, and the fact that they beat 3 teams, I mean,
Over here. Yeah. She means to show the flags.
That's oh yeah.
It's Jane.
Yeah. Oh.
So Jane and Scott Walker just arrived, y'all, and everybody knows Jane and Scott Walker big time. But let's go to a fun comment here. We've got Frank, also the wealth of information. Frank, he doesn't think long and hard, but he does. He says, if we go to PK's, do you think Foster will again try a Panenka, kick a little bloop over the keeper's head, or his secret is out? Well, we know Chicharito can't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I think it was because of that one kicker who did the backflip, and he wanted to say, you know what, we can be just as good, and that was his way to increase motivation. I don't know.
Yeah, and the fact that he tried to do it against Sporting Kansas City as well, I don't know how you even think like it's gonna work out when you're trying to do it again. When they already tried.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unbelievable. But I think he shouldn't. Should he have the opportunity, don't do it.
check this out.
would
Look
not.
what's going on behind you.
Oh, we got
Jane is here.
the flags. Oh, Jane made a flag so you guys can see. Like, oh, there's another flag
Oh my,
coming
we got
up over there.
flags.
Oh,
Yes.
there's 4 flags. Oh,
Woo,
wow.
nice.
Actually, now that we actually mentioned that too, big shout out to Jane, because just days ago,
Oh my God,
Going.
she
Used
heard
to,
her.
it'll happen again tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, go for it. She heard her. No.
Personal foul, red card.
so shout out to Jane for organizing that too. I mean, they created all these flags like days in advance, and all the other people, I'm not sure, I'm sorry, I don't know who else was helping out with them. That's so great, the fact that they brought them, they traveled with them, you got to carry a lot of things, and the fact that they brought these is really cool. That we're going to have some flags that are surely going to be in video, pictures, all that too. So
Yeah, we had Chrissy Gates and Rosa Altamirano, Mark Lanier, and Phil and me. We made the flags.
Oh
nice.
wow. They have a
So,
positive
huge shout out, and I mean,
Huge shout out.
we have lots of
I don't know how they got through TSA for that.
yeah, how did you guys
Like, how do you get through TSA with those?
So you make these sort of separatable flags. Use PVC connectors, and so it's like 3 parts or 4 parts. You just stick them in your suitcitcase.
Oh, well, they don't consider it weapons.
Right. I'll
Well,
tell
you never
a story
know.
about that later.
Okay. Whoa! Didn't expect that one.
Travel story.
we don't know that story will be public, but we'll
Yeah.
hear about it now ourselves too.
So Rose gave a shout out. But we have one.
Hashtag SOTR after dark.
What stays in Orlando stays here.
So
You go, Frank.
Except
We've
the
had
open
a
up.
few
That has to
comments.
come out west.
Yeah.
Well, that has to come out west, yes.
So a few comments here come through. Frank says, proud of SAC fans making the trip to Orlando. Yeah. I mean, just everyone. I mean, I don't even know. It's probably just like 5% of all events, 1%. I don't know what percent feel assigned to that too. And we're already pretty loud as it is too. So you can imagine how it's going to be tomorrow when, and let me just add this too, right? It's not like if you're not a SAC Republic fan, you're an Orlando fan. We are going to have a lot of support from lower league teams that are making the trip out there. I mean, I'm sure Tampa Bay Rowdies, we know how much they hate Orlando. Eddie told us to their big rivalry that they have. They'll probably come down. Heck, even maybe some Miami fans might come down just to, do some ruckus and, just shout against Orlando too and all that too. So it's just like I said at the beginning, I think it's everyone against Orlando. I don't care what team you support, as long as you don't support Orlando. I think you want SAC Republic to win because you just want the underdog story to, end
So,
with them winning. So.
speaking of which, this is your favorite topic.
Oh, let's
Pro
see.
rel.
Can you stop this on road to pro? And the thing with this is that the more championship teams, or even not champion, whoever, right, lower league teams we see make the cup final, and heck, if we win it, I think the case for pro rel is already made if we win it. And even if we don't win it, just making it to the final, it goes to show that you have some decent teams that can beat MLS teams. So we're hoping one day, I have faith that one day it'll happen, right? They just have to make sure the structure's in place. But USL is already doing a really fantastic job when they established, championship, League One, League Two. So they're going that way, but it might actually start with the USL system is the way I see it. Having League One teams go up, championship teams go down. I think that's how it's going to get started, and it'll be good. So I hope USL does that because it'll help establish the framework already if you have it in place, right? It's like, all right, MLS, ball's in your court.
There you go. One last comment before we wrap up and say goodnight.
Frank, amazing that the city of SAC airlifted the Tower Bridge to Orlando.
Yeah. So,
Thank you.
this was the best comment of the night. Amazing that the Tower Bridge got airlifted to Orlando. And that's all of us. That's all of you, everybody here. We are the Tower Bridge. Essentially, we're the icon of Sacramento, the golden, I don't know what else we have,
If they can deliver the London Bridge to Lake Havasu in Arizona, anything is possible, especially the Tower Bridge. Big trip from Sacramento to Orlando. We're gonna do it tomorrow. I mean, we will reign supreme. We're gonna raise the cup on the top of the bridge tomorrow.
Oh. That sounds like it needs to be on the t-shirt if it happens. Sac Republic figure of a player actually on top of the bridge.
Podcast dad.
Are they going to be
Podcast
doing?
dad
Are
idea.
they going to be doing this
Probably, yeah. I mean, we'll call Jared though.
on a
Jared's
Mr.
gonna-
Piv, like that?
It'll
Got to
be,
keep it
it'll be
PG
Jared.
friendly.
It'll be Jared on it too. And you mentioned it too.
On a Mr. Piv, we got to be PG friendly.
True.
We'll have Ryan think long and hard about it.
I'm already strategizing how I can import one from Florida to California. The framework's starting to go in my mind.
Okay.
Oh, a couple more
Sorry.
comments.
Christine, have a great time. The Tower Bridge. We'll be cheering at home. Be safe. Vamos Republic. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, huge shout out to everyone who stayed home. I know a lot of people wanted to make the trip, and I know it's not easy for everyone, but please go out to the watch parties, convention center, or if you have one at a bar. I know there's a ton of them. We could be all night mentioning all them, and it's just so great to see how the community has established all these different watch parties. So wherever you're
Yeah, and
at.
if you can handle 106-degree weather in El Dorado Hills, go see
Oh.
Rebecca Lowe, Paul Buckle. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they'll be there too. So yeah, that's
There's no
a
way
good
I would
option.
do that. That's 106 degrees and sweat that I don't need to lose. And then closing it out,
Frank saying, yeah, Quill's gonna kill it.
Quail's
Yeah.
gonna kill it.
Yes.
We're gonna bring in the mean
Yes.
quail.
Come on, see it, trees.
Let's
Come
do
on.
it.
I mean, Quill, yeah.
We would love to see a victory quail.
A victory
Yes.
quail. We need a victory
Yeah.
quail for sure.
We need the person who manages the count. I don't know if you guys know who it is. I have no
Yes.
idea who it is, but yeah.
Oh, Eduardo.
Oh.
Nice.
Are they actually here? Oh, okay.
All right.
Well,
Well,
they're here now. They're somewhere.
Harry.
Oh, we got Harry from San Antonio. Let's go, Sac Republic. See, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, we have some support from other fans from USL Championship. Lots of love from San Antonio. Very sorry to hear about the loss in the Republic family. Thank you for your message, and we appreciate the support, and encourage everyone else to support. And I'm sure, I mean, we have all the championship on our side. I don't know about Phoenix though. Well, that's another thing too. But they might be a little salty because we beat them. But it is what it is.
They got enough stuff on their plate right now. Barely getting rid of Rick Chance, and
Yeah, I think Oakland's a little salty by that too.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be an interesting game on September 10th between the both of them.
This Saturday, yeah, which it'll be half hour after Sac Republic game starts. So after the Sac Republic game ends, you definitely want to switch and watch the last 20 minutes of that game to see how Phoenix is getting trashed by Oakland.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, do you have any more comments before we wrap it up?
I'm trying to do another comment.
Well, it's awesome to see that. I mean, San Antonio, a fan from San Antonio, wanting to support us, even though we compete against them still, It's awesome to see that this is not just about our team, it's about we're representing USL. And we want USL to thrive, and we want to bring this home for Sacramento, but also USL. Make it happen. So
See, this is the way I see it. If USL does good, if a team from USL Championship takes it, everyone's going to be taking a look at the league and seeing like, all right, you know what? There's some good players there that can be MLS squads. So it benefits the entire league. You're going to get more teams selling their players, more players are going to make that leap to MLS and Europe, right? I mean, it's not just MLS because everyone is watching these things. It's national tournaments, so everyone benefits from it too. From the
Yeah.
league, so.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's wrap this up.
All right. Well, wrapping that up, I know you had another banner before. We usually say if you haven't gotten your free podcast sticker, let us know. Everyone here, everyone who's here with us, if you haven't gotten, just get with us too. We have a bunch of them, and if you're going to the game tomorrow, we
Sticker
have
slaps.
Responsible.
Yeah, responsible too. Yeah, I mean, if you see a spot where there's a lot of stickers, that's usually what I claim to be responsible. I mean, someone started it, became a sticker board, so join in on that. But definitely, if you see us, any three of us too will have our stack of stickers too, so we can give you a sticker. So.
Right. Closing it out. Why not us?
Why not us? Why not us?
Yeah.
Republic!
Let's go!
Well, one last final round of applause, though, to all y'all here for joining us here.
Yes.
We really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming.
It's really great.
Yes.
So,
Thank you, everybody.
thank you for being, and also to everyone who tuned in. I mean, I saw the number just like spike up too. I mean, a lot of people are watching. Everyone here who shared it too. I mean, thank you so much. This is probably the one that has gotten the most views. I mean, we were in the double digits too. All the comments. Some people that have never joined us before. Thank you so much for tuning into this too, for our podcast show as well. You know, we really appreciate that, and it's really awesome. So. But without further ado, people, thank you so much. Best of luck to our team tomorrow. We're gonna be right there, and
Go Republic.
go Republic.
Let's go.
Let's give it our all tomorrow. Let's go.
Oh, that's what that meant.
Can I hit end?
I didn't realize. I thought it was
Play the
looking
outro
for a
video.
verb, but I'm like,
So,
oh.
yeah.
You don't think we
I didn't. No, I did.
Yeah,
I turned around. I'm like, LFG. I'm like, I remember from my MMO days
Yeah,
in
let's
video
come through.
gaming.
Christopher Granados, thank you.
LFG, looking
Thank you for your
for
comment there.
and that's not a joke. That's what I know.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you. All right, thank you.